Hi guys, welcome to my channel Soil and Margaritas. My name is Roxana and I garden in Zone 5 in central Indiana. And today I am going to start a bunch of seeds. Let me show you what I have here. I'm going to give it another try, Verbena bonariensis, Bells of Ireland, Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate. We'll see how that one does. I have two types of lace flower, Lacy Pink from Floret. These are older seeds from last year, and these are new for me this year. These are chocolate lace flower. I'm going to start some regular Amidara, and I'm also going to start some Foxgloves because, I mean, why not? I have the seeds there. So I am going to start all of these seeds today, but also I am going to do some prep. For cannas. Cannas are one of those seeds that you need to prepare them before you actually can put them in the soil. At least that's the way that I like to do it. So I am going to start with these today, and I'm going to show you how we're going to prep them today. And hopefully here in 4 to 6 days, we can actually plant them, and I'll show you that as well. So let me show you how to do this first. So this year I am actually starting 3 different varieties of cannas, and I'm excited to see how they all do. I'm going to start with my regular yellow cannas that I have been starting from seed for the last 2 years. I have been collecting seeds. These are actually the seeds that I collected from my garden, and I have been successful at growing them from seed. I know a lot of people save the tubers or the roots, they overwinter them, and that's fine, but I don't know how to do that, and I find that starting from seed is a lot easier and a lot more convenient for me. So I'm going to start the yellow cannas, and I also found it was hard for me to find canna seeds. But I found outside Pride, I found that they had a bunch of different colors and types of cannas. So I ordered 2 types. I ordered the canna salmon and the canna white. So I'm going to try them this year, and hopefully I get like a nice collection going here. So let me show you what I mean about prepping the seeds. I kind of already started doing this because I am not going to lie, it takes a lot of prep. It takes a little bit of time to prep the seeds. The canna seeds, if you are not familiar with them, they are really hard, and the reason why you want to treat them or prep them before you put them in soil is you want to make sure that you have the best germination possible. And if you just put these seeds as they are in soil, more than likely they're not going to take. Maybe you'll get 1 or 2 that take, but not a lot of them. At least that has been my experience with canna seeds. So what I do is that we are going to do a process called scarification, which basically means you're going to make a cut or a scratch on the seed. You're not going to break the seed. You're just going to make a little access for the water to get in so that the seed can start to get moist and they can start waking up basically. It's basically the same thing that we did with our loofah seeds. We are going to make a cut or a scar, and we're going to put them in water. I already have divided some of them here in the 3 different varieties that I have, and let me show you how I do that. This is how I have been doing it for the last couple of years. I basically take the seed, I make sure that it's secure in between my fingers, and then I just file and file. Until you finally get to see a little bit of a white coating there. Once you see a little bit of a white discoloration there, you'll know that you are done with that seed, and then you continue all over again with another seed. It takes me a lot of time to prep this, I am not going to lie, so more than likely I do this process in like 2 or 3 days, mainly because my fingers get tired. And actually my husband, when I was doing the last batch, he tried to help me. He tried to figure out a way to make it easier on me, and I'll show you how that went. So he did a couple of seeds that way, and it actually took a little bit longer than just putting them in between my fingers with a metal filer. Find your own way. Whichever way you use, if it's easier than this, let me know in the comments because I will love to know. But it's not a big deal. I honestly use, you know, if I'm watching a show or a movie, I just get my CANNA seeds and, you know, I do a few until I'm tired and then I continue later on. Basically, you want to wait until this discoloration has happened on the seed. I'll show you a seed. I'll show you like kind of like a before and after of a seed, and then you can kind of tell, you know, what exactly I'm looking for. So when that happens, when that is done, I just grab a container, a small container. I like to see them, I like to grab clear containers. It's just a personal preference because I can see the seeds from the outside. And then I make sure to label them. If you're just working with one variety, then you'll know which variety it is. But if you're working with multiple varieties, then you definitely want to make sure that you have names for your CANNA so you don't get it mixed up. But I have all of the seeds that I wanted here. I just did the last one to show you. And then we're just going to get them some water, any type of water. And they're going to be here for a few days. Now, the seeds don't actually need light to germinate, but they do need warmth. So you gotta keep these containers, whatever containers you have, you gotta keep them somewhere warm, whether that's on top of your fridge, next to the register for your furnace, or in your grow room. If your grow room where you have your other seedlings has really nice temperatures, then that's where you wanna keep them. I say a few days, it could be from 4 days to 6 days to 7 days, because it's going to depend on the room or the place that you keep them. If it's a little bit cooler, it's going to take more days. If it's warm enough, it's going to be really quick. So in my experience, sometimes I have had some of these seeds germinate in 3 to 4 days. Because they're going to be here for quite a few days, maybe even up to a week, you want to make sure that you have clean water. So what I will do here, maybe in 2 days or so, I will go and change the water. You probably don't even have to do that, but I just like to keep the water clean. But like I said, they don't need light, so they don't need to go under your LED lights or whatever grow lights you're using. But they need to be somewhere, they need to stay somewhere where it's warm. So because this room is really warm for my seeds, I'm just going to keep them in this room, maybe somewhere on the side where they're not taking space from my LED lights. And here in about 4 to 6 days, when majority of these seeds are germinating, and you'll notice because they'll start showing a little bit of a tail. When majority of the seeds have developed a tail, then that's when I'll get my containers ready with potting mix, and then that's where they're gonna go. And then I'll show you that when that happens for me with my seeds. So if you're growing CANNAs, definitely go ahead and start doing your filing. A metal file works for me better than your regular plastic or cheaper ones, because like you really have to go at it really hard when you're filing. So just keep that in mind. So I got all of the seeds that I'm going to start here. I have 7 different types of seeds, and from experience, I know that foxglove likes to go a little bit quicker than most of these. I actually don't know how these 3 will do. The Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate, the Verbena bonariensis, and the Amidara, because I have not had success with those germinating before. So I am just going to keep all of these together in one tray, in these trays right here that I have, the 288 cell tray. And what I'm going to do is that I am going to give each seed a row, but probably I am going to make 2 or 3 rows for the Verbena bonariensis, because these are new seeds. So I am hoping that these actually germinate for me this year. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to cut them to size, and then I'm going to fill them up with potting mix, and then I'll show you how I'm going to put the seeds in there. But for the foxglove, I'm using the regular 72 cell size. I am using a 6-pack here. So I am just going to start this here. I also have this going outside with the winter sowing method that I show you. So we'll see. I'm only starting this because I have the seeds here, and these are older seeds from last year. So I don't know. I have the seeds, so mine as well. Okay, so I am going to start with this little pack that I have here. I am going to try to get 6 cells here with each packet, but I am going to try to get 2 of these Verbena bonarienses just because I like them so much. We'll see if they all germinate. If not, that's fine. So before I start doing anything else, to make sure that I have my label ready. If you're wondering where I got this tape, these colorful tapes, I got them. I got a whole set of them at Amazon. Okay, so I have my labels here done. And I make like a little divisions just to, you know, make sure that I understand that these are the rows that are going this way. Whatever works for you, just find your own way, you guys. I am just showing you how I am doing this and how things work for myself. But if you have a different method, just do whatever works best for you, for your own circumstances. Okay, so I am going to start with the bells of Ireland, and the seeds, according to the packet, need light to germinate. So I am not going to bury these guys. I am just going to put them on top there like this. And these are older seeds. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to actually just add 3 seeds per container. So I have them all there. All 3 seeds are touching the soil. And Kiss Me Over the Garden is a new one for me, but according to the package, they will sprout in 20 to 60 days. So it can take up to a month for the seeds to actually germinate. So I'm going to do 3 seeds per container. Let me see if they need to be buried or not. Well, it doesn't say that they need light to germinate. So I am just going to bury them a little bit. I'm going 3 seeds per container. And what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to make sure that they are slightly buried in there. The seeds are not that big, so I'm not going to worry to go too deep. Okay, so Amidara is next. And Amidara didn't do anything for me last year, so I don't know. And these Amidara seeds were from 2 years ago, so if I don't get any germination, at least I'll know why, or you know, the seeds are older. So okay, the next one is lace flower. I am super excited about this one. So over here I'm also going to go 3 seeds just in case. I do want to make sure that I got germination at least on each cell, so that's why I'm going heavy with this. Now something that I just realized, you guys, is that last year I grew lacy pink flower. It's a lace flower from Floret, and these are the ones that I'm starting as well this year. These are older seeds, and I ordered seeds from a different variety, lace flower as well, but the seeds look completely different. It might just be a different type of lace flower and not the lace flower that I am thinking in my head. which it's fine. I know that I bought that seed because I love the flower, the picture that she had on her website. And if you're interested, this one is from Petal and Twig, chocolate lace flower. And it's totally fine. And if you're wondering how deep to bury your seeds, if you're not sure, unless they need light to germinate, then you want to leave them, if they need light to germinate, then you want to leave them up on the surface because they'll need the light. Just want to make sure that they're touching the soil, either the seed starting mix or the potting soil that you're using. When you don't have those instructions on the packet, the rule is to bury the seed twice as the diameter of the original seed. So if you have something that is about, I don't know, 5 millimeters in diameter, you want to bury them 15 millimeters. I hope that makes sense. But you're not going to be measuring there unless you're like super detailed like that. You're not going to be measuring the exact depth. Just do your best to guess. So the last 2 rows here are for Verbena bonariensis, which I tried last year and I couldn't get any of the seeds to germinate. So we'll see how they do. And this one says just barely cover the small seeds. So the seeds are so tiny. So there is no way that I can just do 2 or 3. So they are going in a bunch there. And hopefully I'll get at least some to germinate. That would be nice. And somebody mentioned to me that sometimes I get a bad batch of seeds. So I am hoping that that's the case for my Verbena bonariensis. This is the new package that I got for this year. So these are nice and clean seeds. And what I'm going to do next is something that I don't normally do. And that is that I am just going to super gently cover them with vermiculite. I purchased a bag of vermiculite from Amazon and I thought I was getting a small bag. But I ended up, I guess I ordered like a huge bag. And so I have the vermiculite there, so might as well just use it. I don't normally do this for any of my other seeds, but I have the vermiculite, so might as well. And using these size plugs, it's, you want to make sure that you get some moisture there. So the vermiculite will help with that. And I'm just barely covering these, you guys. Especially on the ones that, the 2 seeds, which are these, the Bells of Ireland and the Verbena bonariensis. Like, they don't need to be very in the dark. So these are actually going to go under my LED lights just because, I have them there, and when I water, I'll probably bottom water just to make sure that I don't mess with any of the very tiny seeds. And the next are my foxgloves. So I have enough seeds here that I'll probably do 2 per container. If I can hold the seeds nicely. And if I have enough seeds to do more than 2 per container, then I'll just do that because these are older seeds. There you go. And then I'll do the same with my vermiculite for these guys. Don't forget to label your plants. That's super important, especially if you have a lot of seeds that you're going to start indoors. Believe me, I have done that where I think that I'll remember which are which, and that doesn't normally happen. And the cleaning up is the part that I hate the most when I am doing anything regarding soil, but it comes with the territory, right? So this is it, you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or any comments for me, just leave them below. I hope that you guys got some tips from this video, and I will see you until the next one.